Hello. Uh, if I sell my cell phone, it's a 7 years old, and probably I will get 100 euro or less. Now, if we back to our foundries, we have million euros machine, and just of million euros machine, there's a next young operator, and he has a cell phone in the pocket. He can talk the phone, he can watch the videos, he can make the AI write the emails. But this is the irony. When he go back to the machine, he put the supercomputer away, and he make the process parameters just with the black magic. But we ask AI how to make omelette to nowadays. But when we make the process parameters, if there is something wrong on the shift management, we are using the black magic. That's why we built Castella. My name is Serdar Perçin. I am metallurgical and materials engineer. I have 15 years old in the shop floor experience. I fought with the porosity, I felt the heat in the foundry, and I smelled almost all over the periodic table. And today I will talk about the Castella. We are in a perfect storm. Our masterlar's leaving. 30 years experience, 20 years experience, 10 years experience, or engineers, technicians are leaving. And the second, new generation, Gen Z, they don't want to work in the hot, dark foundries. And the third one, when we check, there is no tolerance for the delays. And the fourth, the most important one, I think, there is a high, cheap competition. When you look at Asia, they make the cars in 18 years for the 18 months for the development. But when we go back to the Europe, it takes 4 years. And there is one more cost. It is hard to calculate. This is the guesswork while making the process parameters. Because when simulation not fits our shop floor, then we need to change the parameters. Or weather condition could be changed, something changed in the foundry, then we need to touch always on the parameters. And we really love to change the parameters. It is good in the Tuesday afternoon, but 3 a.m. when the customer trucks are waiting for the parts in the dock, it's not fun. And there is one more cost, especially if you are in the Europe, there is a hard emission regulations. How are we going to handle it if we have an increasing scrap ratio and we are losing time, we are losing money with the guesswork? And some people say, how are we going to solve this? Are we have to buy a €1 million machine? Or do we have to put 1,000 sensors on the production line? He says no. We need a new brain. We need to give our human superpowers. And Castella has been built by the Foundryman. It's not an IT project. It's not have been made in the coffee shop. It's just built next to the die casting machines. And what is Castella? Castella is an app. It's a process parameter optimization app. It's like the app which you have cell phones, you have app inside your cell phones, it's like an app. But there is the AI model backside. And it helps you how to make the process parameters. It helps you how to optimize your process parameters. It knows Reynolds number, it knows phase diagrams, it knows everything about the metallurgy. And how does it work? It gets all your setup and input data of the casting, and also your output. It could be your X-ray results, it could be your visual reports, it could be your radiography results. It combines all of them. And after that, it processes it and give you the better, more precise parameters. The thing is, it's not like the ChatGPT or Gemini. It doesn't only use the academic background or any statistical method. It also uses shop floor expertise, which we have already teach Castella, and you can also teach Castella. It means it's always continue to learning, always continue to learning of the shop floor reality. And why we need to give the human superpowers? Because nowadays, if you want to use only AI in your shop floor, you need to spend maybe €1,000,000, and you will probably deal with the unfinished IT meetings. And if you are only using the human, this is the today reality. Nothing will be changed. But if you can use both AI and human together, you can give the superpowers your shop floor guys. Regarding to the studies, if human works with the AI together, there is a 30% more quality output and 25% faster. We cannot miss it. And why it's mobile? Why it's an app? Castella is an app. Because we are always struggling going to office and come back to the shop floor again to check is something going wrong, something to check on the drawing, on the simulation. That's why we built in the Castella in the app. This is the revolution. If you check the main features, you can teach Castella. Castella can learn everything. Everything about your shop floor, everything about your reality. You can teach anything Castella. It has already a Foundryman, but you can improve. Our main target is to be the Castella, your best Foundryman on the shop floor. And the second is, it's tailored definitely for your foundry. I know a lot of you get sick of the interfaces which is not match your needs, but in Castella we solve it. We optimize all the interfaces with you. And you can get interfaces tailored to your foundry. And the third one, we know cycle times are fast. Cycle time is short. That's why Castella works, gives you answer in minutes, not hours, not days. You can get the answer in minutes. And it is very easy to use. If you use any app, if you can use any cell phone, you can use Castella. A lot of us have lived on the shop floor. And when the Shift A fixed the problem, then they left, Shift B comes. And it breaks it again. Then what are you going to do? Are you going to call your technician or engineer? How did you fix in the last shift? Which parameters have you changed? You don't have to. You don't have to call your colleague in the warm bed. You can ask Castella because it knows how did they solved in the last shift. It knows what happened in the history of this project. Foundrymen could get sick. They can go to the holiday. They can ask for a rise, but Castella doesn't. Castella is always with you. It's forever. Don't go to holidays. Don't get sick. Don't ask for the rise. It's always with you. Always on the shop floor and forever. And it is really easy to use because it's tailored to your foundry and it is easy to handle it. Anybody can use Castella in minutes. Just to learn, process, it is like all the software in the PLC. We design it according to this. And a lot of you are working with the simulation softwares. And when you are working with the simulation softwares, you sometimes change some parameters and you want to see the effect. And maybe you have to wait for hours. In Castella, you can work with the simulation tool again. You can ask the best parameters, you can make Castella work some parameters, and you can get the best one. And then after that, you can run with the simulation again. The best thing, you don't need to put a lot of sensors, you don't need to put a lot of investment. You only need a cell phone or tablet inside the shop floor is enough because it's the only app. In the most use cases, I have also been a lot of times in the new launch development. Generally, sampling to mass production handover could be nightmare, because generally mass production could say that there is a problem, you give it like that, and sampling guy says that we haven't seen in the sampling step, and it is unfinished fight. And in the sampling, generally, we give the mold, we give the recipe, but we don't give the Foundryman. We say that, give also the Castella, give also the Foundryman. He knows all the process from the sampling step. You know shift A and shift B, especially shift management could be sometimes really, really big trouble. Sometimes your most qualified guys could be sick or cannot be there, or maybe they didn't follow up some projects. Then you can also ask Castella, because he knows the last shift problems, he knows the last shift success. And regarding to the beginning of the presentation, or masters are leaving, a lot of foundries now facing, you are not only looking the phase which you have solved 30 years, you are also say bye-bye to your know-how. And this is really hard to manage it, and it is really hard to keep it. And training new people. Especially training new people, do you really have a time? How much time you can spend? And it is really hard process, and it's really long process to develop a new guy, to put inside the foundry, to let them to change the parameters. And we can fix that. Guardrails. There are some recipes and there are some parameters. It is not holy, but you cannot change it. Because if you change it, you can face some other problems in the next processes. Or you can see some problems, especially in the testing step. That's why you can tell Castella, don't change these parameters. Don't play with the pressure. Don't play with this cooling time. You can optimize it. Now I will show you a case study. This is a wheel, which there is a heavy shrinkage, especially in the middle of it. And we ask Castella, what are you going to do? We choose the region, which is the yellow one. And this is our input parameters. And we get all the coolings, like cooling C, in the rest of it. And we ask, what is your suggestion? First, he gives us the parameters. We tried. There was some improvement, but there is still way to improve. Then we asked it again. We said that your suggestion is not successful. You need to remake the parameters. Then there is now, it gives the new parameters, which is more aggressive. And the second time, when it gives the parameters, we solve it. And this is the final image. Thank you for listening. My name is Serdar Perçin, and it is Castella. We really like to will change something, especially in the shop floor. We don't want to miss it. If you have any question, I'm glad to answer.
Thank you so much for your presentation, and I directly address this question to our audience. Are there any questions regarding this presentation? Then please raise your hands. There is one question. Do we have a hand mic for the Q&A? I pick it up. Just a second.
Hi, so I'm from India, from Zipra Engineers. We are in aluminium die castings, and I wanted to ask if this app is available on Play Store as well as Apple Store. because most of our employees have Androids and not iPhones? And secondly, is it available in any other language, such as regional languages of, say, India?
Yes, it is available in all languages. It is you can give all the input in any language, and you can get all the output also in any language. It's not an issue, and it is not only related regarding to your first question. It doesn't matter which process you are running. It could be HPDC, LPDC, or any part, any 3D geometry. We can work with it.
Any other questions? It seems not, and we say thank you very much again, and thank you for being with us.
Thank
A big
you.
applause for you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Und we are ready now with our AI presentations. At 2 o'clock we have the BME Einkäufertag, so in Deutsch nochmal. Um 14 Uhr geht es hier weiter mit dem BME Einkäufertag. Wir sehen uns. Thank you very much.